Hello. We have arrived to day number 3, and today's task was about taking responsibility for the people in your life. I hope you have made the snapshot, and maybe we can also have a little bit of discussion about it later. But to talk about this task, the most important thing to remember is that this list is a snapshot. So you were asked to evaluate your relationship with 10 people. That was first part of the task. And it's very, very important to remember that this is a snapshot. It happened whenever you did the list, or whenever you're doing the list, and in a few hours or even in 5 minutes, the results can be completely different. And why I'm pointing this out? So I made the list in the morning, and out of 10 people, only 2 of the relationships got an evaluation which was above 5. So I myself was in what we call flop. I had a really strong insight into one of my relationships, and this affected my overall view of the world and how I evaluated all the relationships. So keep in mind that it is a snapshot. It happened when you did it. And the other thing to remember is, although you were asked to give numbers, which looks like very rational thing, this is not what the task was about. It was about feeling. So how do you feel? You relate to that person, or what's the grade that you're giving to this relationship? And it's irrational. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to start fixing it or anything. It's just as an information, and it's irrational because it's based on a feeling. It's based on your emotions, your gut feel, etc. So how to do this evaluation? I have had this question asked many times. How do I give the number? I think one of the easiest questions to ask yourself is, how does that person make me feel about myself? So, for example, if I'm evaluating my relationship with my son, how does he make me feel about myself as a mother, as a companion? So yeah, this is one of the measuring sticks which you can use. And there you get an understanding if the relationships which you consider important, are they uplifting or are they destructive in your life? And if you find out that they are destructive, for example, in the morning I was in a low place, and I could easily make the conclusion that all my relationships are destructive, then what to do about it? So what you can do is you can take responsibility. And how do you take responsibility? The question which you can ask yourself is, how am I contributing to this relationship? So what am I doing so that this relationship is somehow not working for me? Have I said to the other person that, hey, our relationship is not working for me? For example, have I said, yeah, it's very difficult for me to bring an example at the moment. Yeah. Okay. How am I contributing to the relationship? And once you have done that, then you can make a decision whether you want to continue with this relationship in your life. So again, the question to ask is like, if a relationship keeps getting low grades from you, you keep like looking at the relationship, you keep trying, you put in effort to make it work, and it's still not working. Is it a relationship that you want to have in your life? And which brings us to the type of relationships which I call legacy type of relationships. This is family members, ex-partners, and relationships like that. So, for example, if I've had a child with a person with whom I'm not having a very good relationship outside of this parenting, or even as a parenting relationship, it's not uplifting, it's not making me feel good about myself. So the question which I can ask is, do I want to have this relationship in my life, and what can I do to keep myself healthy? I would say to protect myself, to make it work still, because we are parents of another person, a child, and yeah. So how can you make it work? And a little bit more challenging question: if you have done the list, did you put yourself in the list? I can honestly say, when I did the list in the morning, I was very quickly able to put down 8 people. Then I had like 2 slots, and I was thinking, okay, I will fill them up with colleagues. And it was just about half an hour ago when I realized that I am not on the list. And I think why I didn't make it to my list of very important people at that moment was I didn't feel good. And this was my own doing to myself. So I didn't feel good in my own company. I felt melancholic. I was angry at the finding which I got, and feeling like crying in a train publicly. And yeah, I didn't enjoy my own company at that point of time. So usually I know when I'm doing this exercise that I am making like I'm getting myself into the list quite in the first places. So yeah, evaluate your own relationship with yourself as well. And the second part of the task was to do something about relationship. So to choose one of those which you mark down as very important ones and take action. So how can you make this relationship a little bit better? What I did with myself when I realized that I didn't make it to my own list, I my usual doing would have been that I would feel like very stupid or get angry at myself. Today, what I did was I felt compassionate, and for me, this is a change, a very big change. I didn't get angry. I didn't go like, "How stupid are you?" To not put yourself on the list. You've done this before. So yeah, what can you do to make the relationship better? For example, what I have already done this morning, I showed and expressed my gratitude to my husband, who very kindly made a big effort to drive me to the train from home to the train station. So yeah, that was a small step, but very important one. Thank you that much.